Positive energy activates constant elevation.
Peace. Positive energy activates constant elevation.
Positive energy activates constant elevation.
From the moment you walk through the doors of Oxon Hill Middle School, it is clear, by visual and verbal evidence, that peace permeates throughout the school.
Everyone's like always encouraging each other. It's like family here, and that whole growth mindset stuff. Everyone makes sure that everyone else is happy and like ready to learn.
The peace, I'd like that because I never had like something that straightened me and like got me focused on my work, and now I have it since I came here.
Positive energy activates constant elevation, and it's not just about relationships. We look at being peaceful in our grading procedures with our students. We look at peaceful relationships with our parents, with our community stakeholders. So it permeates everything that we do. We refer to that peace expectation.
It definitely makes our job a lot easier, but it also makes us have to be more accountable. We cannot be lazy in our behavior, in our conduct, in how we challenge our students. If our expectation is that our students come ready to learn, then we have to also, as teachers, come ready to work and engage our students in critical thinking.
That feeling of togetherness in the school fosters quite the learning environment. An environment that not only has gained steam, but teaches STEAM. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
We have tons of STEM peace time. So STEM is incorporated into the peace culture at the school. And so during peacetime, students can do C-Perch robotics, they can do Roma robotics or Scribbler robotics, they can go to coding, they can do Destination Imagination, Final Frontiers, Math Counts, the MESA program, they're building hovercrafts, prosthetic arms, you name it. So the students get a lot of exposure to STEAM through our program. We are preparing kids for jobs that don't exist yet. So we have to teach our students to be thinkers rather than memorizing content and memorizing vocabulary words. We have to give them problems and challenges to solve, and not only does that engage the students, but it prepares them for tomorrow's workforce.
My students are finishing a project where they're making hot air balloons out of tissue paper, and to see their excitement about making a hot air balloon and then understanding the science behind it and how that leads into other types of devices that fly in the air. We'll be getting into airplanes and blimps and kites. To see their excitement about what they're learning and what we're engaging in is all that I could ask for out of teaching.
While arts is part of STEAM, it also takes a special role through the teaching of all subjects with arts integration.
I found that when I'm doing that, when the students are actively engaging in both the science and the arts side by side, that the learning is even deeper. It's more lasting, which has been a tremendously powerful realization as I've looked at data.
Now if you want music that backs up that beat, that's awesome.
Malone knows what she's talking about. She was recently named the recipient of the 2015-2016 Melkin Educator Award for the state of Maryland.
Makes sense. When you look historically, like once upon a time, all the subjects were integrated. We only separated them out, I feel like, for logistical reasons or political, like they got all separated, and it doesn't really make sense. They all connect. So that's why I'm so passionate about it, like trying to make those connections as often as possible, because that is how we learn best. It's more natural. What we're trying to do with separating it all out is unnatural. So yeah, it's going to be more challenging than it is if we just do it the way it was meant to be.
Oxon Hill Middle School has it all: peace and a love of learning and all aspects of STEAM.
Owen Science Center has been around for 35 years. We provide enrichment and outreach programs for our students in Prince George's County, as well as our private and homeschool students as well participate in our programs.
He was around before the time of the dinosaurs.
He is still around today.
Every day is a new experience because we see the student engagement, and our teachers provide exploration and engagement, and our hands-on activities are student-centered.
Hands are off, hands are off. Let's see. All right, step in front of your task card. How'd we do? How'd we do?
The responses that we usually get: when can we come back? Can I come back tomorrow? Can I stay? Do you have classes here where I can come every day? And you see the aha moments. Those are the best experience when I do formal and informal observations of the children and the teachers implementing the instructional components. You see the ahas and you also see what their teachers have taught them and the experiences that they validate here. And it's like it all makes sense and coming together seamlessly.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You put the visual and the tactile learning into motion that they only get instructionally at the schoolhouse. And it's rewarding to see learning taking place and validating that our children are some of the smartest children in the state of Maryland, if not the country, if not the world.
Oh, I like how you're brushing it off with that. Now, what are you supposed to pick it up with?
We call it Dig It, and it's for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade classrooms, where the Next Generation Science Standards talks about earth science. So we take that component and start with dinosaurs in the Mesozoic era and bring it forward, and the children, not only do they get to talk about and hear about fossils, but they get to put their hands on it, and they get to see what an archaeologist does, and we simulate and give them the experience of what you observe, and them doing the brushing to move the procedures that paleontologists and archaeologists use. Because you may find your future archaeologist that'll be on a dig in Africa 15 years from now came through Owens Science Center.
You are the first person. Let me see it.
Donlin, how sad are you today?
Extremely sad. I'm 31 years old. I'm single. No children, no man, no type of spouse, no nothing, no cat, no pet. I make like $32,000 a year, and my credit score is like 620. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Role-playing to the hilt, Donlin was thoroughly convincing as a struggling adult on a tight budget. Along with 100 of her classmates from Golson Middle School, Donlin was actually learning all about financial literacy and the realities of adulthood recently at the new Junior Achievement Finance Park in Landover. Looking just like a shopping mall with kiosks for everything from a Walmart to insurance companies to banks, the park is giving all 9,000 of Prince George's 8th graders adult identities for a day, including jobs, incomes, and families, and letting them vicariously make the tough monetary decisions that they'll soon have to make for real. For some of the students, the sudden responsibility is all too much, leading to mock behavior that is shocking.
You'll notice if you listen as kids go through the facility, many try to give their children away. That's a very common thing that happens here. It puts things in perspective for these kids in a way that they wouldn't normally get just sitting in a normal classroom. And we like to say that one day we really think these kids are going to change our world, but first they're going to practice here.
I found out I make $6,676. But now, since I have a child, I have to go grocery shopping, daycare.
When the students arrive and they're assigned a brand new persona, that's what's really exciting, because they find out what their career is and what their salary and their family structure. So I had the opportunity of doing that, and I happened to be married with 2 children. And it was pretty exciting because when you start to look at the cost of having children in childcare and groceries, that was an aha moment that I as an adult had. And a lot of the children have the same aha moment about the cost of living.
Even after listening to park staff and volunteers lay out a laundry list of financial burdens like mortgages, childcare, and taxes, and hearing the constraints of their net monthly incomes, the reality doesn't always sink in for students that there is a difference between a need and a want.
We are going to calculate our net monthly income. Like I said, because we are adults, we have to pay taxes today. Net monthly income is the amount of money you're bringing home after taxes.
What are you researching? What are you trying to find out costs of?
Auto insurance, childcare,
education.
I'm single. I have 2 children, and I make $5,000 a month.
You think that's going to be enough to get everybody fed and clothed?
Yes.
Yeah. You going to buy a car?
Yes.
What kind of car are you going to get?
A Mercedes.
Whoa. Do you think your budget's going to let you buy that Mercedes?
Yeah. Yes.
Good luck.
But as they use their Samsung tablets to navigate the totally digital park experience, the students soon start to appreciate that priorities have to be set, that children can't just be jettisoned, and that their adult avatar's life and career might not be what they want for themselves.
What are some of the things that you really want to buy that you hope your budget will let you do?
I would like to buy a house. And, you know, be able to provide for myself, buy clothes and all that. But with the money I'm making, I won't be able to do that, so.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to take maybe a second job, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cashier.
Oh, you're a cashier. But what do you really want to do?
I want to be a journalist.
Besides being a career motivator, the simulated finance park exercise is also a very poignant reminder of what adults, and especially parents, do that is often unsung and taken for granted.
Yeah, one of the most common responses we get, or comments we get from young people when they leave here, is they're surprised and they're so thankful of what their parents really do for them every day.
What do you think about people who have to live this for real?
I feel terrible for them. I honestly, you guys work so hard, and I appreciate you guys.
Congratulations to all the Finance Park graduates for learning early on that money does indeed make the world go round, but only if you use it wisely. For TV 96 and 38, this is Dave Zarin.
It's a triangular prism.
If you're a kid, it doesn't get much better than dipping your net into a bubbling brook and fishing out all manner of critters great and small and slimy. At the county's Camp Schmidt, its popular environmental education center in Brandywine, the youngsters who squeal at the discovery of flopping fish and recoil in mock disgust at the sight of deer dung are now, just as often as not, being taught by teachers not much older than they are. Interns from neighboring high schools with a love of nature are now earning community service hours as well as high praise for the classes they lead.
This is an exciting thing here at Camp Schmidt. We piloted it with Gwen Park. Now we're expanding. We're working with 4 different high schools this year. The exciting part is we put these high school students, juniors and seniors, in leadership roles to assist the 5th grade teachers with instruction. We bring these kids out, these juniors and seniors, we train them a day in the fall with some, not all, but some of the activities we offer here at Camp Schmidt. We make them experts at those activities, and so they're here to support and actually augment instruction.
As they carefully prepare for nature walks, take measurements to estimate the deer population, and organize role-playing games with students as both predator and prey, the dedication of the high school juniors and seniors is obvious, and their enthusiasm contagious.
So look, you guys, he got water. But what's in the water?
Pollution.
Pollution. She's actually right. And you can't drink polluted water, now can you?
No.
What happens when you do?
You die.
I really love the program. I thought it was amazing when I first heard about it. Like, it really gives back, it helps children, and it's something I love to do. So I'm glad I was able to become a part of it.
And what are you going to be doing while you're here?
Today I'm doing Oh Deer and Migration Headache. I'm going to be talking to kids about deer population, having them play a game to simulate how the population can change depending on the resources available. And Migration Headache, if we have time, also about bird population and how it changes depending on the resources they have.
Are some of the kids scared when they come here? Are they afraid of the dark and afraid of the woods?
Some kids are kind of, hesitant to be, away from their parents, away from home. But once they really get into this and see it's fun here and, it's what an amazing place this is, then you can tell they're feeling more comfortable and they really are at home here.
Congratulations to all the high school teachers who, like Sierra Sanderson, actually aspires to become a teacher, for showing that Camp Schmidt really is a place, like its motto says, where learning takes root.